Trux here, coming at you from the Whitewater Classic 2017 edition. And we're just found this guy, this Rodney.
Rodney Clements.
Rodney Clements. And unfortunately, he don't have any YouTube videos, so you guys can't go watch him. But in the Aniston show that I did, the Phantom Flashers, had a lot of your models in that. You had like 20-something models there. And then also you got a bunch of them, those here, and you got some new ones.
I think I brought 30 today.
30 today. So there'll be some of those mixed in here, but he does some really, really good builds and everything. And
thank you.
I mean, it's phenomenal work, and he's honing his craft every day and sitting down. And he's an inspiration to me. I mean, I sit down and look at his stuff, and I'm like, oh man, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. So that's pretty cool. So you up for shooting a 3 questions with Skull Modeler video?
Go for it.
All right. So tell us a little bit about you. You're a veteran, right?
That's right. Spent 14 years in the military, and I got hurt in Afghanistan. Prior to going to Afghanistan, I built 1-1 show cars, and I had my own paint shop, custom paint shop. And when I came back, I realized I wasn't going to be building 1-1s anymore. So I sold all that off and bought myself about 500 models off of eBay and filled up my stock and just started going at it, and it was a great therapy for me.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to say thank you for your service.
Right on.
I mean, I think that we don't respect our veterans near enough. We don't pay them enough. So, you know, I would hope everybody else out there does, and if you don't feel the same way I do, I'd appreciate you unsubscribing from my channel. So go on.
Yeah,
so
I wrote a blank check.
You wrote a blank check. Well, thank you. I do appreciate it, and you paid way more of a sacrifice than any of us have. So thank you.
Well, just remember, there's a lot more veterans out there who paid a much higher price than I did.
Yeah.
They're not with us anymore.
That's right. So, yeah, so that's good. So tell us a little bit more about your modeling. What do you like to build, and where do you get your inspiration from?
I grew up in the out-of-the-box thinking era where people were trying to dare to be different and do crazy things and all that. I mainly like to do stretch. I like to stretch a lot of vehicles.
Right.
I notice, you know,
several
of my.
Like that
got
long.
the stretch Hummer dually. I got the stretch airport limo 56 Nomad in there, and then I did a stretch 62 Catalina dragster. It looks like a funny car, but it actually has a dragster, shortened dragster chassis under it. Anything that's just like eye-catching, out of the box. I got the 55 Nomad with the Allison airplane engine in it. I like doing really creative stuff, and I don't let anything hold me back, and I don't let other people influence me to change my style, even though I can appreciate everyone's style. And I think that's something that kind of got lost in our modeling world is, you know, people would just go to a table and look at a certain genre of car and then walk off and not even notice some of the things that are on the table, because I can see a vehicle that's not necessarily something I would build,
right?
But I can see work that's been done on that car that I know takes skill.
Oh yeah. You
know what I mean? Top chops, sectioning, just all kinds of different things that you can cue and pick up on.
Well, that's like at the Phantom Flasher show when we were in Aniston. You know, it was an IPMS.
That's right.
So there was a lot of military there. And I can sit and look at that, although I don't build any military at all. Yeah. You know, no armor, no planes, no nothing. But man, the skill and the time that goes into some of those builds.
When you look at some of the dioramas that they're doing now for the military, in the military model world, just phenomenal. Yeah. Phenomenal. You have to really look hard and realize that every tiny speck of sand and stuff was placed there. With a purpose, you know.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, lastly, are there any tips or tricks or just any words of wisdom that you would want to send out to other modelers? Let's say, you know, we got some young guys here, James and David. They're in the junior class and they're coming up and they're new, and you know, and there's a lot of people just now coming in. You watch the videos and everything. What would you tell them? Say.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. Don't be easily discouraged. I'm just like everyone else that started out modeling. Believe me, I ruined plenty of paint jobs. I had to find replacement bodies for plenty of models when I was a kid. I mean, I ruined decal sheets. you're going to do those things, but don't let it discourage you. Do more research and find out how other guys are being successful with it, and try it again and try it again and try it again. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
A lot of people have commented today how great my paint looks, but believe me, my paint didn't look great at first, but through trial and error and trying different combinations and different styles, you start to break through and find what works for you. People can give you all the advice that they want to,
right?
And they can tell you, oh no, use this paint, use that paint, and do it like this. But essentially, you're gonna have to be the one who tests out these products and decides what works for you.
Yeah.
But that's my best
stick
advice.
With it. Like you said, don't be discouraged.
And if you get something in your head a certain way you want it to look, and it requires lowering it, think really hard about how can I get that suspension to drop down a little bit. How can I modify that hood to have the right hood scoop on it that I want. Just don't give up. Don't give up on what you're doing. I'm sure that our generation, we're going to pick up where the older generation's leaving off.
Hopefully.
And we're hoping that the younger generation is going to step up and keep this thing rolling. And I think that our generation will have a little more openness, be a little more open-minded to the new genre of cars that are coming down the tube. I can totally respect looking at newer stuff, 2013 Mustangs, whatever.
Yeah.
But try to always reach for the best skill that you can obtain, and just keep going. And don't be embarrassed about a model, and just don't take it to a show because of that. Somebody is liable to walk up to you and go, "Hey, I see, you're kind of like hiding out this car and not trying to let anyone see it. But if you want, here, I'll give you some advice." So it's an icebreaker a lot of times,
It's a way to learn more.
Exactly. We got some youngsters in there right now who are already at a pretty phenomenal stage of building. Good. But it's only because they've been hanging in there and staying with it and listening to what their elders are telling them about it,
That's good.
It's a fascinating hobby, man.
It really is.
It bridges gaps between age, race, culture, all of that. I've got friends in Asia right now, Junichi Kimura and some other guys that you get connected up with all these people from Australia and all over the place, and it's really fascinating when you get onto the like Facebook and YouTube.
Sure.
And it's really awesome. And then you see their styles in different countries.
Right.
And right now I'm getting into this. We got an Asian invasion at the Acme show coming up in November. And I've been doing a lot of research on these Japanese styles and Bosozoku and some other styles that they have for drifting. And it's really neat. It's really neat just seeing, and you start adapting some of their flavor and style into your own builds. It's really cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that is cool. So that inspires me to go home and do more of that.
Exactly.
Because I like to stick with what I want, kind of thing. But I can appreciate it from there. That's good. Thank you, man. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Yeah, man.
Glad to be here.
You want to tell everybody bye?
Hey, we'll see you guys out there at the shows.
All right, and everybody, this is James, a.k.a. Plays with Trucks, and hope to see you guys out here, and you guys can check out his builds in person.
All right.
Bye.
Support his YouTube.
Support my YouTube. Subscribe. Rate. Comment. Just not bad. Yeah. All right, guys. Bye.
See you later.